This is my prime example of people that's puppet masters trying to control the narrative.
She stood defiant, smirking at her critics. They can't beat me. If they could, they would have gone to the post. Bold words, but are they her last? The walls are closing in, and the voters just sent a brutal message. Is this confidence or pure denial? Drop your thoughts below. Has she already lost the fight?
You tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination.
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people are here. They're not gonna go no.
The question was simple. What if she lost? Her answer, pure defiance. I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people are here. They're not going anywhere. But after the votes were counted, reality hit hard. Was this confidence or desperation? The show may go on, but will she still be in the spotlight? Drop your thoughts below. Is her reign already over? Thornton Township is at a boiling point. Residents braved freezing temperatures, determined to elect a new trustee in a dramatic turn of events that marks the crumbling reign of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. Once wielding unchecked power, Henyard now faces backlash, public ridicule, and a losing streak that leaves her authority in shambles. Stephanie Weedman, once ousted by Henyard, emerged victorious, poised to halt Henyard's controversial agenda. With elections looming, the tension escalates, and the clock ticks on Henyard's leadership. How did it come to this? Stay tuned for the shocking unraveling of Thornton's political storm. What's your take? Share below. Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, where the truth hits harder than a heavyweight punch. Chaos, controversy, and shocking twists. Nothing stays hidden for long. From explosive political showdowns to the wildest drama in sports and Hollywood, we bring the stories they don't want you to hear. If you think you've seen it all, think again. Stay locked in, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications, because every episode brings the heat. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because on Red Rumbles, your voice matters. Buckle up. The storm is just getting started. Tiffany Henyard's grip on Thornton Township, Illinois, seemed unshakable. With a reputation for controlling every aspect of local government, she had established herself as the so-called super mayor.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there will be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
But as the latest election results came in, it was clear her power had begun to slip. Henyard's reign had been built on political maneuvering and a tight-knit circle of supporters. But the voters had spoken loud and clear. This election was a game-changer for Henyard. The township that had once been under her thumb had now rejected her leadership. In the face of overwhelming opposition, Henyard's political career is hanging by a thread. With every decision she makes, the stakes only get higher. Do you think Henyard's political influence is slipping, or does she still have a chance to regain control? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The events that unfolded during the election were nothing short of historic. It all started with the resignation of Trustee Jerry Jones, leaving an open seat. Henyard had expected to easily appoint a replacement from her inner circle, ensuring her continued dominance over the township. However, the residents of Thornton Township had a different plan in mind. A group of determined citizens, tired of Henyard's top-down leadership style, fought for a special election. And when the results came in, they sent a message Henyard couldn't ignore. In a stunning upset, Stephanie Weedman, a former ally fired by Henyard herself, emerged victorious. This wasn't just a win for Weedman. It was a clear rejection of Henyard's power. Henyard's response to the outcome was predictable: denial. Instead of accepting the voters' decision, she blamed the system, the opposition, and anyone else she could point fingers at. But the numbers told a different story. Her leadership had failed. Do you think Henyard will finally accept responsibility for her downfall, or will she continue to blame others? For months now, Henyard's administration had been teetering on the edge of collapse. Accusations of mismanagement, financial misconduct, and a lack of accountability had swirled around her leadership. What was once seen as a strong, decisive leader had turned into a figure of controversy.
Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
As the election results settled in, the cracks in Henyard's leadership were becoming more apparent. She had spent years silencing critics, eliminating opposition, and consolidating power. But as more of her allies began to defect, it became clear that the walls were closing in. The special election was the beginning of the end. It wasn't just about filling a single seat on the board. It was a public rebuke of Henyard's control over Thornton Township. Voters were no longer willing to tolerate her tactics, and they were sending a clear message: change is coming. Do you think Henyard can regain the trust of the voters, or is her leadership beyond repair? Let us know in the comments. The most surprising twist in this saga was the rise of Tiffany Weedman. Once fired by Henyard, Weedman was cast aside by the very system Henyard had built. But rather than fading into obscurity, Weedman fought back with a passion and determination that resonated with the residents of Thornton Township. Weedman's victory wasn't just about defeating Henyard. It was a clear demonstration that the people were no longer afraid to stand up to the political machine Henyard had constructed. As the votes were counted, it was clear that the tide was turning. The balance of power was shifting, and for the first time in years, Henyard was facing a serious challenge to her authority. With Weedman now in office, Henyard's every move will be scrutinized. Weedman isn't just a new board member. She's a powerful check on Henyard's authority. Every decision Henyard makes will now face significant opposition. Do you think Weedman will be able to hold Henyard accountable, or will Henyard find a way to push back? This election wasn't just a loss for Henyard. It was a political earthquake that has shaken Thornton Township to its core. Henyard had carefully curated a board of trustees who would support her agenda without question. She had surrounded herself with loyalists who were all too willing to let her control the township's fate. But when Tiffany Weedman was elected, it sent shockwaves through Henyard's carefully constructed political machine. The system that Henyard had built over the years was suddenly broken. No longer could she rely on her inner circle to rubber stamp her decisions. Now every move she makes will face scrutiny, and every vote will be contested. This shift in power is significant not only for Thornton Township, but also for the state of Illinois as a whole. It's a reminder that even the most entrenched political figures can be brought down by the will of the people. Do you think this is a trend that could spread across Illinois, or is this just a unique situation in Thornton Township? Drop your thoughts in the comments. With the dust from the special election settling, all eyes are now turning to the April election. This is Henyard's last chance to maintain any semblance of control over Thornton Township. If she loses again, it could signal the end of her political career. Henyard is already showing signs of desperation. She's making public appearances, participating in interviews, and trying to rehabilitate her image in the eyes of the voters. But the damage may already be done. Her reputation has taken a massive hit, and her desperate attempts to regain control are only adding fuel to the fire. The upcoming election could be her final shot at holding on to power. If she loses, Henyard may never recover politically. But if she wins, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where her leadership is constantly questioned and challenged. Do you think Henyard can pull off a comeback in the April election, or is it too late for her? One of the most damaging aspects of Henyard's downfall is the way it's affected her reputation. What was once a respected name in Thornton Township has now become synonymous with corruption and arrogance. Henyard's name is being spoken across the state of Illinois, and not in a good way. People are talking about her mismanagement, her abuses of power, and her disregard for the will of the people. It's a reputation that is now impossible to shake. Once a figure of authority, Henyard is now being dissected by the media, political pundits, and everyday residents who are fed up with her leadership. And the longer she tries to hold on to power, the more damaging her reputation becomes. Is Henyard's reputation permanently damaged, or is there still a chance for her to rebuild it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Henyard's downfall is more than just a personal loss. It's a lesson for every politician who believes they can rule unchecked. For years, Henyard thought she could maintain her control over Thornton Township through intimidation, manipulation, and power plays. But the people showed her that they will not be silenced. Illinois has long been a state plagued by political corruption, but this election proved that change is possible. Voters across the state are fed up with the status quo. They are demanding accountability, transparency, and leadership that puts their interests first. This should be a wake-up call for politicians everywhere. If you ignore the will of the people, they will remove you. Do you think this election will inspire more residents to fight back against corrupt politicians? The battle for Thornton Township is far from over. Tiffany Henyard may be in a fight for her political survival, but her downfall is far from certain. With the April election looming, the next few months will determine whether she can hold on to power or whether her political career will come to an abrupt end. As the political drama unfolds, you won't want to miss a single moment. Subscribe to Red Rumbles and turn on notifications to stay up to date on the latest developments. And remember to drop your comments below. We want to hear what you think. Will Henyard fight back? Or is this the end of the road for the so-called super mayor? Stay tuned for more.